Dear students, today I am going to discuss some questions from chemistry for ICSE and CBSE both, which are useful to the students preparing for the board examination next year. The first question is, what is the difference between analgesics and anesthetics? Answer is, the medicines that are used to reduce pain of any kind in the body are called analgesics, whereas anesthetics are medicines given to the patient so that he or she does not feel pain during operations. Second question is, why is air sometimes considered as a heterogeneous mixture? Answer is, the presence of dust particles which form a separate phase makes air a heterogeneous mixture. Third question is, why are the atomic masses of most of the elements fractional? That means not a rational, not a whole number, not an integral part. Answer is, atomic masses are the relative masses of atoms as compared with an atom of carbon 12 isotope taken as 12. So they are fractional mostly. Example, you can see chlorine's 35.5 atomic mass is there. Next question is, what is the difference between the mass of a molecule and gram molecular mass? The answer is, mass of a molecule is the actual mass of a single molecule expressed in grams, whereas gram molecular mass is the mass in grams of Avogadro's number of molecules, which is 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 or 6.023 into 10 to the power 23. Both values are considered Avogadro's number and both are used. Fifth question is, write the formulae and names of three compounds containing same percentage composition of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. So the answer is, compounds with the same percentage composition of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen will have the same empirical formula. Okay, the compounds with the empirical formula CH2O can be HCHO, which is called formaldehyde, and IUPAC name is methanol. Another is CH3COOH, which is called acetic acid, and IUPAC name is ethanoic acid. It is an carboxylic acid. The next is C6H12O6, which is called glucose or fructose. Both are the names and the formula is same. So in all these three if you find the percentage composition of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen, then in all these three you will find it is same. Okay, and but the empirical formula is CH2O in all these three cases. Next question, sixth is, in the combustion of methane, what's the limiting reactant and why? Methane, that is CH4, is a limiting reactant or reagent because the other reactant is oxygen of the air, which is always present in excess. Thus, the amounts of CO2 and H2O formed will depend on the amount of CH4 burnt. That means CH4 is limited, it is not in excess, and that's why it is called limiting reactant or reagent. Now, next seventh question is iron and oxygen combine to form three oxides. Widely said, namely FeO, Fe2O3, and Fe3O4. FeO is called ferrous oxide, Fe2O3 is called ferric oxide, and Fe3O4 is called triferric tetraoxide or ferrosulfuric oxide. Now, which law does it prove? That means these three compounds, three oxides of iron, have a particular law. Yes, so which law does it prove? It proves law of multiple proportions. That means same elements are combining in different proportions, multiple proportions. 1, 2, 3. In the first case in FeO, 1 in 1 atom of iron. In second Fe2O3, 2 atoms. And in third it is 3 atoms. Okay. Now, last question here is how does the formula C12S22O11, which is called sugar, violate Dalton's atomic theory? The ratio in which carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen combine is whole number ratio, but not a simple ratio. And here you find it is in a simple ratio, and that's why it violates. Yes. Thank you. If you like, please share and subscribe.